We're good. What's up, y'all? Mike from Wartime MMA here. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, the mercenary, former Bellator champ, going into PFL. He is fighting soon, coming up soon against an undefeated Russian. AJ Mckee, how you doing, bro?
Man, I'm blessed. Another day in paradise out here in Southern California. Just training hard, man, working hard, and I believe 2 weeks into training camp. Or this is the third week, so we're getting in the groove of things. Body's breaking down a little bit, but overall, man, training's going really well.
Yeah, man. This is your second fight back in featherweight, man. How has the weight been? I remember when you your last fight before your first fight back. You've had that unfortunate fight with Pitbull, that Bellator fight. Even though I thought you won that fight, but that's an old fight. Uh, how's the weight cut now? I know you said in the interview after that fight, you said you had a rough weight cut going into that camp. Ever since you're starting to get up, getting a little older now. It was getting a little difficult to make the weight now. So how's the weight now since your second fight back into 145?
Weight cuts are good. I think it was just getting a little bit smarter, getting a little bit wiser, and being able to follow a stricter diet, water loading. Like you said, my pops has been in this game for many, many years. So, um, I never used to run as much as I do now. Now I would say the past maybe like 7, 8 fights, I see why boxers run so much. Um, so I think a lot of weight cutting has to do with running. I used to drain myself, sit in the sauna, and just drain the life out of me, and like that's literally the worst. My last cut with Adam Borks, I tried to kind of sit in a sauna blanket, and the weight wasn't coming off. And then I was like, dude, like screw this. I'm gonna go do what I know how to do. I know how to run, and I know how to get the weight off. So I went and ran, and sure enough, I was struggling to get point 0.8 off. I couldn't get point 0.8 off, and next thing you know, I'm like, Dad, I'm gonna just go run until I can't run. And I ran a mile and a half. Next thing you know, I came back I think it was like point 0.4 under. So I lost like a pound and a quarter within a mile and a half. So running is key, man. Running is key. Dieting, giving your body the proper nutrition that it needs, and yeah, doing things the right way.
Yeah, man. Uh, your upcoming fight now. You're fighting an undefeated Russian. Coming off a big dominant display against Jesus Pinedo. Uh, Everybody wanted to see you versus the potential super fight against a different undefeated Russian. The people wanted to see you versus Usman Nurmagomedov, but this one's also a pretty big fight. Give me your thoughts on your upcoming fight here against a tough Russian.
At 145 pounds, I don't give a shit who it is, to be honest. Yeah, he's tough. He's what, eight? I think 8-1 or something, or might be undefeated. But at the end of the day, I've had triple the amount of fights he's been in. You know what I mean? He hasn't made it out of the second round. He hasn't been into that dog fight yet. We don't know if he's willing to suffer in that end of the third round and really just keep going. He's been getting guys out of there in the first and second, let alone even completing a second round. He hasn't felt that. The only time he felt that was in his amateur career, which is less than a round. So coming full circle, man, I think this is going to be a fight where I get to just go 100 miles an hour and just keep going and weather his storm and pretty much just break him, get him into a place he's never been before, let him feel some things he's never felt before.
Yeah, man. And this fight's also going to be in California, so you got a hometown advantage. How does it feel to fight? If I'm not mistaken, I think you're undefeated in California as we speak. So how does that feel to have the home crown advantage on you and to represent South California for the
I got two losses in California.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. I got two losses. One in amateur, and then that rematch to Pitbull was in was in Northern California.
Man, that was a win. That was a
Yeah,
win.
I think. All right, so I got one.
Nah,
I got one
nah,
loss in Cali.
nah, man, nah.
I got one loss in Cali.
Professionally, you're undefeated, bro. I don't.
Okay.
We ain't looking at that loss, man.
Yeah, yeah. All
Uh,
right. So then technically, yeah, I'm undefeated in Cali, but man, having the home field advantage is always amazing. You know, I've had a lot of friends, a lot of family hit me up, and they're wondering, like, man, when are you going to fight in California again? You've been fighting everywhere around the world, like. So it's nice to just be able to have that support system come out and be able to support, you know, and everyone's been asking for it. You know what I mean? So it's going to be awesome to be able to get these guys what they want, you know, and also it's a different energy when everyone's there for you.
hmm Yeah, man. And you, like I said, you fighting in Cali. You know, you're a California fighter. How do you feel about being one of the big names in the California scene? You know, you got guys like that. I'm not sure if he lived there, but he's trained there and he currently lives there. Cain Velasquez trains there. Your pops, you know, a living Mckee legend as well. He's trained. He's lived down here and trained down there. Uh, you know, there's a lot of names that I could go on and on about. Uriah Faber, like, how does it feel to be stamping your name and, you know, having a huge names of fighters that come from that California scene?
Um, I don't know. I see myself as just a normal person. You know what I mean? I walk around normal, like. It catches me off guard sometimes. I'll go to the mall and someone's like, "Hey, you're AJ McKee." I'm like, "Yeah, how you doing, bro?" You know, like, so I get to live. I think there's just so many celebrities within California that it's like it's kind of washed down to be a celebrity in a sense. But to be a top level tier fighter and to be recognized for my skill set in fighting, I think that's what I appreciate. You know what I mean? The most because of how much work I put in and how diligently I work. Um, But yeah, man, I see myself as a normal dude. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna talk to anybody and everybody like a normal human. I treat people the way I want to be treated, and I think that's what sets me aside from everyone else. But my skill set wise, I think definitely. I don't think there's many fighters that are born and raised in California that have a skill set like mine, let alone that showcase it and produce the accolades and the records and just continue to kick ass. You know what I mean? The way I do.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go back to the fight. I don't know if y'all are getting a title fight after this, but this is in everybody's mind. This is the people's title fight. Like, y'all are fighting for pretty much a title fight in people's eyes. Because after this, I think whoever wins this will be a champion. Uh, what is did PFL ever contact the winner of this fight's gonna be in a title contention or anything for in featherweight?
No, so there's been no talks about it. Um, but I've kind of verbally said a few things to the matchmaker and a couple people. I'm like, hey, like I genuinely, along with the people, agree that this should have been a title fight. Um, I also think this being a title fight would have played into my advantage a lot more. Um, so I had spoke to the matchmaker. I said, "Hey, I don't care about the money. I don't care about none of that. Make this a title fight. Like, I want this dude for 5 rounds. You know what I mean? Just knowing he's never been out of the second. So he's gonna fight hard the second. He's gonna fight hard the third, maybe. Well, that fourth, fifth round, I know he's never seen those rounds. I know he's never felt it. You know, he's never been in that moment. So that's where I wanted him. Was in those fourth and fifth rounds. You know, just knowing my cardio is going to continue to get better throughout the rounds, throughout the fights. Um, but coming full circle, yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm number two. Pineda's three. He beat three. I just beat Boric, who's four. Number five would be who's number five? I think he's five. He's five or
Yeah,
someone else is five, but I'm not sure who five is.
yeah, I'm not sure either. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I'm surprised that this ain't even a 5 round fight. I think you're deserving of a y'all are deserving of a 5 round fight. That's a big fight. You've done your thing. you're a former Bellator champion too. Like I thought that should have been a 5 round fight. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. I'm not really tripping. You know, something will happen, and let's see.
Yeah, because where I'm at, like,
Gabriel
it's like,
Braga is 4. How the hell is he 4? Where did he come from?
what the, bruh? What the fuck,
He was just like 8 or 9. Where did this guy come from?
bro? This is some AI generated
No,
ass.
no, no, no. This is PFL MMA. This is their official website I'm looking at.
Bro, that is
Yeah.
crazy.
So I'm 2, Pineda's 3, Gabriel Braga's 4, mysteriously. Salamat is 5. Ibrahim, he's
Yeah.
6. Boris is 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Hey man. Well, if PFL can watch this, hopefully they can get a title fight or something out of y'all after this. Cause like I thought this was gonna be at least for like whoever wins this fight will is gonna fight for the title or something like that, or we getting a title fight out of it or a 5 round setting out of it. That's crazy to me. But um, we're gonna change it up a little. You had a pretty long career at a young age too. You're only like 31 years old. What is the toughest fight you think you've ever had in your historic career?
The toughest fight I've had, I would have to say it was Derek Campos. The first round of the tournament with Bellator. That was a banger. We went at it for almost 3 5s, and I tore my knee, my lateral collateral, the first 30 seconds of that fight. So I was out there fighting,
Yeah.
hurt the whole time. Yeah, that was my first ever. I would say my first real battle. Like I fought Brian Moore. He was tough, but it was something about that battle that was just way different. Like everything I threw at him, he just kept coming back. He would take it and give some right back. That shout out to Derek Campos, man. He's a truth. He's a warrior, and yeah.
Yeah, man. Back to the goals here, man. We like talking about goals here in the channel, man. Since we're in like the middle, which is crazy to me that we're still in the middle of 2026. It still feels like it's the beginning.
The beginning, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But in the middle of this year, man, what is the goal for the mercenary, man? Like, what is the goal for you in this step of your career? Obviously, I don't want you to look past the fight. Normally fighters don't like to look past their opponents. But let's say you get the job done. What is the goal for AJ Mckee going forward after this?
I think the goal this year is become world champ. You know, I said it for the beginning of the year. I said it before we even started this new fight contract. After the shoulder surgery, I was like, man, it's time to go be world champ again. I miss being world champ. So that was the whole initial move, 245-pound division, back to featherweight. It was just become world champ again.
Yeah, man. Speaking of world championship fights and stuff, now that you're back down the featherweight, is there a potential chance that if let's say when you get the belt in featherweight and defend it a couple times, is there still is the odds of you fighting Usman or Magomedov still open, or is that option dead already?
Um, I mean, the option's always open for me. I don't really care who it is. When it is, the option's always there. I'm always down to fight. I definitely want to get that one back with Paul Hughes. And I still haven't given up my dreams of being champ. So I definitely would love to have a title in 2 different divisions. Um, but definite, we just gotta stay locked in, stay focused, get that title wrapped around the waist this year, and go from there.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I'm gonna have a couple more questions for you, and I'm gonna let you go because I know you just woke up, and I appreciate you for doing this interview still, man. Uh, my one of my last questions is what is your dream fight? Like what fighter makes you feel like, man, um, this is gonna sell out records on in a potential crypto arena or an Intuit Dome or maybe even MGM Grand. Like what fight do you think is the biggest fight would be your biggest fight in your career?
I've always said the Max Holloway fight was my dream fight. You know, he's got some of the most elite striking in the division. He's beast mode. Um, I had the opportunity. I got to train with Brian Ortega. I think him and I would sell out a California arena. That'd be like the two California kid badasses going at it. But that's my boy. You know, I've got to spend some time with him, and I don't like fighting friends. But hey, you know, if I know his family's going to be set from it, and I know my family's going to be set for it, we figure something out. Um, who else outside of that, man? You know, you've got shit. You got a bunch of new young guys.
I remember when I remember when you were the Bellator champ. That Volkanovski fight was popping out. I really wanted to see you. No biasness, PFL. No biasness. Um, I really want to see you come to the UFC. That's also one of my questions. I didn't want to like throw it out there just yet because I know you've probably gotten a fuck ton of questions of that. Like what is there still a potential that we'll see you there or not? I'm gonna throw it out there. That was like my final question. Um, are we? Is there still a chance that we could see you in the UFC?
I don't know, man. I'm paid very well where I'm at. PFL takes really good care of me. Bellator took really, really good care of me. PFL also takes really good care of me. You know, so it's all about the relationships. At the end of the day, I don't really give a shit about what people think and the legacy and this, that, because the second I'm done fighting, they're just going to replace me with another one. You know what I mean? How many guys have we seen from Jose Aldo being the fucking great to now it goes into Volk to Ilya to, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
for me, I don't, if the money's right, I'm there. But
Yeah.
as of where we've standed, man, I've had such a good and great deal that I've been great with and grateful for that Bellator is, you know, I could walk away from fighting right now and be completely fine and never have to fight again.
Yeah, man.
Don't have to work a job, anything. So I've been more than blessed in that area, um, to be able to provide for my family. But yeah, man, I'm happy where I'm at. You know, at the moment, I don't know. I don't know. I'm loving PFL. I'm loving what they're doing. I went to the MVP fight this past weekend. Really big venue. They're doing sick things, and you know, it was aesthetically, it was probably one of the best shows that I've seen. Um, but again,
Yeah.
they're not selling out arenas. You know what I mean? They're putting on some great fights with some great people that I feel deserve um, that limelight or that have had that limelight.
Yeah, they had some good names, man. You know, that
Yeah,
card was stacked. They had Jason Jackson on the prelims, which was crazy to me. But it was a great one. You know, I thought that was a great card for sure.
yeah,
Um and for it to not like sell out, I didn't really I kind of I don't want to sound like a hater because I'm not. I thought the card was really good.
yeah.
Um I thought A through Z. They'll I think once they get the right matchmaking in order, like I did hear that they wanted to do Jones versus Ngannou. If they could do that, man, that would be amazing. But I think well, we ain't here to talk about that though. We're here to talk about you, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it's
you
all about the
know
views, man. And I think they had performed a really big platform managing up with Netflix or colliding up with Netflix. Um, PFL has been my platform. Bellator is my platform. You know, now PFL is working with ESPN. I don't know the higher ups weren't too happy. He was verbal about not being too happy with ESPN. So I don't know. But at the end of the day, I know I get to fight. I know I'm taken care of. And that's above my pay grade to worry about all that shit. So they call me with a name, they call me with a location, and I go be the mercenary, man. I show up, I show out, and go home.
Yeah, they sure as shit don't call you the mercenary for nothing, bro. All right, man. My actually, this ain't a final question. This is the outro because I want to let you get through your way, man. You did a hard time in camp, man, and like I said, I appreciate that we finally got to get this done. I'm sorry that if I've harassed you for it in the past,
No, you're good, bro. I ain't worried about
but
it.
yeah, man. My last question is not last outro. Yeah, what do you have to say for the fans worldwide, man? And what do you got to say for the fans out there?
Man, I appreciate all the love, all the support, all the ongoing support. It's all the mercenary tribe. You know what I mean? We're a tribe that's thick and thin, and we may not all be together all the time, but we're all together in spirit. And for all those kids out there that are chasing their dreams, man, I tell the kids all the time, your dreams are called your dreams for a reason. You pursue your dreams, and you don't allow anyone to stand in your way. You don't allow anyone to tell you that it's not possible because they're not their dreams to understand. Therefore, they're not going to understand it. They're for you to understand, for you to work hard diligently in, and just change your life with, man. I had a principal many years ago tell me what I was gonna get paid from fighting, and I was like, yeah, So and him and I are super cool now, which is really cool. I still chop it up with him here and there. But it's crazy. That was my dream as a kid, was to make multi-million dollars fighting, and here I am full circle doing that. So just letting all the kids in the world, keep God as their center, continue to seek your relationship with him. Whatever you may be, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Buddha, whatever you're into, just know there's one God, and you just continue to pursue your relationship with him at full force, because with him, anything is possible and everything is possible. So work hard, stay prayed up. And if you're in this industry, kick ass, take names.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. I appreciate for those words and stuff, man. I appreciate you again. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Make sure y'all check out AJ's next fight. We ain't casuals up in here, so we know we checking out the fight coming up. And yeah, man, it was so great talking to you, man. It's so
Likewise,
great.
bro.
Yeah, man. And chasing your dream. I've been doing this interview shit for like almost a year or two now, and I've gotten some pretty good names. You're definitely probably the highest one because you're a former champ and you're still doing it at a great level. I got other guys as well that were that are in the UFC, like Adrian Yanez, Vinicius, and Oliveira and Joaquin Buckley. Like I've gotten some pretty good names, man, and I'm continue to follow in my dreams, and I appreciate you for giving a kid like me an opportunity to do stuff like this, man.
No, anytime, man. And let me know if there's anybody I know that you'd love to do an interview with, and see if I can set it up for you as well.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Time to time to log off here. I appreciate y'all for stopping by on